there, before I begin, I want to make something clear. I am just a teenager. Someone who has been writing, researching and questioning the world around me for as long as I can remember. Well, I'm a published columnist and a speaker who has spent years engaging in real debates and deep academic conversations. I've written about law, ethics, gender and human rights basically. And today I want to talk about something we are often told to stay silent about. Well, you all might have guessed, it's abortion. This video is not about shock, it's about honesty. I'm not here to tell you what you think, okay? Everyone have their opinions. I am going to argue. I'm not going to argue. This is not a debate because it's mainly one-sided. I'm just going to provide information on what you think, what's true, but it's not true, right? Well, this video is not about shock, it's about honesty. I'm not here to tell you what you think. I'm here to ask questions no one else will and to explore both sides with empathy, truth and depth. Well, no face, no name, just my voice and the courage to speak. Let's start with it. So, many men, including Charlie Kirk, who is a really popular debater in USA, America, and he's like from, you know, the conservative party, and he says he is a pro-lifer. Well, he says that well, he carries really anti-opinion about this, the abortion actually, and he thinks that's a murder. Well, let's begin with it. He says that life begins at conception. Life begins at conception. Well, it is scientifically and ethically flawed. Biologically, a zygote is a human tissue. A human tissue, just like skin cells, tumors, IVF embryos, which are routinely discarded without outcry, remember? It's a human tissue. A zygote is a human tissue, but not a person. A zygote carries DNA. Okay, it carries DNA. Our skin cells does as well. Dead brain patients do. Well, zygote carries DNA, stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and DNA is created. It's not magic, it's not something to be really in awe about. It's when the sperm meets with an egg, right? Sperm meets with the egg, and we all have characteristics of our parents. Like, your eyes might be like your mother, your lips might be like your father, and etc. so on. Well, that is because the DNA, the sperm contains all of our, the sperm contains our characteristics. The cell contains our characteristics. It's up to the baby, the zygote, to decide the cell to decide whose characteristics it's going to take. And it's not about who's, if the sperm was more, stronger or not. It's not about that. Let's talk about miscarriages. Miscarriages, we all know they are natural. 10 to 20% of pregnancies end up like that. Yet no one treats them as death, requiring investigation. And then potential does not mean personhood. A fertilized egg could become a person, but also the sperm and eggs separately. We don't mourn periods, right? Let's talk about that. A fertilized egg could become a person. A fertilized egg has potential to become a person. We all were zygotes before. We all know that. But when we were zygotes, we were brain dead. We didn't have any, brain and etc. We weren't able to feel pain. Our brain developed later on. We were feeding on our mother, and it was up to her. It was up to her if she could just, abort us or not. We wouldn't have been here without her, actually. Whatever the case is, potential does not mean personhood. Personhood is conscience. Personhood is when you have clear conscience. And if someone says personhood does not mean conscience, if merely being human grants rights, then brain dead patients, biologically alive, should never be unplugged. Rob says human DNA should have rights. IVF clinics are murder factories. They destroy embryos, actually. Newborns, coma patients, and the disabled are sentient or were previously conscious, unlike the zygotes. Your slippery slope of some people who are really anti-abortion. If consciousness does not matter, then infanticide is logically permissible. Well, then pregnancy is responsibility, not oppression. This ignores reality. Rape victims didn't choose this responsibility of yours, actually. contraception, for example, 1% of IUDs, 9% of pills should be forced birth on those who tried to prevent it. Those who did not want babies. Should we just, well, this, can you force a parent? Can you force your parent to donate a kidney to you? Can you? Can you force people, random people, to donate your kidney to you? You cannot, right? So how dare you force birth on those who tried to prevent it, on those who do not want it? It's completely their choice. It says that men can abandon parenthood. There are many cases, you can just search it up. Most abandonments are by men. Logically, why is responsibility only forced on women? It's just logic. Your double standard is that you demand women to suffer long life consequences for sex while man have zero accountability. Fourth is that rape exceptions prove hypocrisy. Well, that's the point of Charlie Kirk, and we all know that. If abortion is murder, then rape exceptions are state-sanctioned murders. If abortion is not murder, then elective abortions aren't either. You can't claim moral absolutism while making exceptions. And then you say that pro-lifers support women. It's just a myth, and we all know that. Pregnancy crisis centers lie to women. I'm going to attach a link. You can just go check it up. Then red states block medicated expansion, worsening national morality. You oppose politics that actually reduce abortions. Universal health care, paid parental leave, free conceptions. Your action prove you care about birth, not life. Then bloody autonomy ends at life. No, it is legally incoherent. No one can be forced to donate blood or organs, even to save a life. Like I said, except pregnant women must risk death, injury, poverty for a fetus. So we all know that. Women who get abortion because of their standards. Women who cannot afford a baby, right? They are likely being abandoned by the men who got them pregnant, and they cannot afford a baby. And in many countries, abortion is banned. It should not be banned. It's a human right, basically. I'm going to say it if I get cancelled or not. Men cannot control what's in there. Let me tell. And I was scrolling on Instagram, and I was like, a girl was talking about abortion, and men came in a comment section and commented, can't you, like, restrain from spreading your legs, sort of this. Well, you're literally blaming a woman for having sex while men they have zero consequences. They can just abandon parenthood, and you're saying women should be forced to be a parent. They should not get abortion. That's not true. Well, these people grant corpses more bloodily autonomy than living women. The core issue is that they want control, they do not want life. If you actually wanted to reduce abortions, you support sex ed, absentees only fails, contraceptions proven to cut abortion rates, social safety nets so women aren't forced into poverty. Instead, they decide to ban abortion, block all solutions, creating a cycle of suffering. Conclusion is that if their stance is pro-life, if your stance isn't pro-life, is pro-forced birth, pro-control, and anti-woman. Because it's only logical. If you want abortions to be banned, you should do something to prevent poverty and etc. I feel like men should be banned from abandoning the parenthood. They feel zero consequences, and women who are a single parent, the society is going to blame them. They're going to blame them. You're not married. How can you have a kid at this age? How can you? While the father is nowhere to be seen, and she is supposed to actually carry the burden. I'm going to say it. Unless you do not want a child, abortion is banned. You are going to consider the baby a burden. Well, for now, that's all. I hope to meet you all next. Hope the video actually helped. Please do not judge my English style or anything, because I am not a native English speaker. I am from Asia and South Asia. So thank you so much. See you later.